How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Learn Some Drums lesson. This one is for Dear Maria, Count Me In by All Time Low. Once again, requested by you guys. We'll get a lot of mileage out of just a couple of different grooves, and then I'll break down some of the fills as well. So hopefully we'll get the whole song under wraps, no problems. Alright, for starters, there's the intro with no drums, and then there's that little guitar riff, and we come in right on the end of that, which is on the end of 4. Then we're going to play our first groove, which is going to be for the intro. It's also going to be used in the choruses, and then in the kind of interludes after the choruses as well. So we'll get a lot out of this one groove. So I'll give you 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we'll play it through it slowly. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's not too tricky a groove, pretty classic pop punk kind of stuff. And that fill at the end is just on the end of 3, playing 8th notes, floor tom and snare drum. 3. Alright, so let's move on to the verse. For this first verse, we've got some hi-hat sizzles. The first time the hi-hat sizzle is on 1, and then in the next two times through, it's on the end of 4. So I'll play through that for you. So yeah, see if you can catch those sizzles because they kind of follow along with the riff as well. At the end of that, there's a little fill. Then we're on to the second half of the verse, and there's not as much happening on the bass drum. The hi-hats open up a little, and I think play only quarter notes instead of 8th notes, so that'll give our right hand a little bit of a break. And then at the end of that, there's another fill, and we're going to go straight into the chorus. The fill sounds like this. So just like we did at the start, we're kind of anticipating the chorus and coming in on the end of 4. So we're using that groove from the intro again, and then halfway through the chorus it breaks down to a halftime groove. Right before that, there's 2 flams on and 4 with a kick drum afterwards. So that will sound like this. And I'll play it one more time, going into the halftime feel. Then we go out of our chorus and we're back into another verse. We're going to play exactly the same as the first verse, but instead of being over on the hi-hats, we're going to play it over on the floor tom. Then there's a stop, 2 crashes, and we'll play that with the rest of the band. And then it goes on to hi-hats for a little bit, and then we have this big build-up fill, which is the 16th notes on the snare drum with the kick drum following along. We're going to come off on beat 2 of the 4th bar and play some flams and kicks again to get us back into the chorus. Sounds complicated, but if I play it, much easier. So that last bar again. And once again, we've anticipated that fill coming in just before beat 1 on the end of 4, and we're back into our chorus. From that chorus, we end up at the bridge with the hand claps. So we can just play flams on the snare on 2 and 4 to go with those hand claps, and then eventually the kick drums do come in. So when the kick drums come in, they're playing this. 1. And then at the end of that, again, there's a fill. We're going to play some 16th notes and then some 8th notes, and then we've got to stop right into that next chorus. Okay, then we're into the chorus again, and there's one more fill that we'll look at going into the halftime section of the chorus, because it sounds just a little bit different than the other times. It goes like this. And then we keep playing in a halftime feel until the end of the song, when the drums kind of stop. I think there's hi-hats maybe in that choir bit at the end. But you know, you can add that or leave it out, up to you. Anyway, that's pretty much everything. Some of the fills repeat, a lot of the grooves repeat, so once you have them down, it's going to make the whole song a lot easier. Happy practicing, and I'll see you guys at the next lesson.